Welcome back to the deep dive. We're picking up where we left off, exploring the tech and business world, going deeper into some cool trends and practical insights.
I'm ready to dive back in. In the last part, we talked about vendor lock-in, the expansion of agile, affordable CRMs, and even the changing world of ERP. It's amazing how much there is to discover in this fast-paced world.
Exactly. And today we're going to explore some equally interesting topics that can really affect your business and even your personal life. Ready to jump in?
Absolutely. What's next on our list?
Let's talk about security. We touched on payment gateways earlier, but there's another layer of security that's becoming more and more important online. Strong customer authentication, or SCA.
I've seen that acronym SCA popping up everywhere, especially when I'm buying stuff online. But if I'm being honest, I'm not really sure what it is or why we need it.
SCA is like a safety net for online payments. It's designed to stop fraud and protect your personal information. Usually it means you have to go through an extra step, like entering a code they send to your phone or using your fingerprint.
So it's like adding another lock to your door, but for your online accounts.
Exactly. It makes it way harder for someone to use your card without your permission. It might take a little longer to check out, but it's worth it for the peace of mind.
That makes sense. But I've also heard that there are ways to skip SCA for certain things you buy online. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. For things that aren't as risky, like when you're paying for a streaming service every month or buying something small, SCA can be skipped to make things faster. The idea is to find a good balance between security and convenience.
So it's like a system that adjusts based on how risky the purchase is. Riskier things need more security checks, while less risky things are quicker.
Exactly. It's all about making buying things online as smooth as possible without making it easier for someone to steal your information.
That's good to know. I feel like I understand SCA a lot better now. Okay, let's change gears for a minute and talk about something that's not really about technology, but definitely affects all of us at work and in our personal lives.
Deadlines. Deadlines. They can be motivating, but also stressful.
For sure. I came across an article that caught my attention because it talked about how missing deadlines can affect team morale. I think this is really important for anyone listening who might be working in a fast-paced, high-pressure environment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When deadlines are missed, it can have a big impact on the whole team, leading to stress, anxiety, and even feeling like you're not good enough. And it's really important for managers and team leaders to be aware of this and to create a supportive environment where people can deal with deadlines in a healthy and productive way.
So it's not just about meeting the deadline, it's also about how you handle the human side of things.
Exactly. The article talked about how important it is to set realistic deadlines, communicate clearly, and give team members the support they need. It's also important to have a culture where people can talk openly about challenges and where setbacks are seen as opportunities to learn.
That's a great point. It's easy to get caught up in the pressure of deadlines, but we need to remember that everyone makes mistakes. Having a supportive and understanding work environment can make a huge difference in how people see and deal with deadlines.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that balance between being accountable and being understanding. Now, speaking of managing teams, well, let's go back to project management. We talked about those platforms that integrate everything earlier, but I wanted to dive a little deeper into the platforms themselves.
I'm all ears. The article we have here talks about some of the best project management platforms out there, and I'm curious what makes them stand out. What should businesses be looking for when they're trying to choose a platform?
There are so many great choices, each one with its pros and cons. Some important things to think about are how easy it is to use, how much you can customize it if it connects with other tools, the price, and of course the specific features that your team needs.
It's like trying to find the perfect pair of shoes. You have to try on a few different ones to see which one fits your foot and how you walk.
Exactly. One platform that often gets good reviews because it has a lot of features and is easy to use is mention a specific platform from the source material. People like it for its strong task management tools, collaboration features, time tracking, and customizable reports.
That sounds great. But with so many choices, it can be tough to pick one. Are there any resources or tools that can help businesses make a good decision?
For sure. A lot of websites have in-depth reviews and comparisons of different project management platforms. You can also find free trials and demos so you can try them out before you pay for a subscription.
That's a smart move. It's like test driving a car before you buy it. You want to make sure it drives well and does what you need before you sign any papers.
Okay, let's zoom out a little and talk about a topic we touched on earlier, ERP. We talked about how it's evolved, but I want to know more about how it's used in the real world.
ERP is often considered the backbone of a business because it connects different departments and functions into one system. It's used to manage everything from money and accounting to inventory and supply chains, human resources, and customer relationship management.
So it's like the central nervous system of a company.
Exactly. It connects all the different parts of the business so they can communicate and work together smoothly.
I can see how that would be super helpful for businesses big or small, but what are some of the main benefits that businesses can expect to see when they implement an ERP system?
Oh, there are so many. ERP can help businesses make their operations more efficient, save money, get a clearer picture of their data, and make better decisions. It can also help improve customer service, boost productivity, and give them an edge over their competitors. That's a pretty impressive list of benefits. But I'm also wondering, what are some potential challenges or things that could go wrong that businesses should keep in mind when they're thinking about implementing an ERP system?
Implementing ERP can be a big and complicated project, especially for larger companies with lots of moving parts and older systems. It takes careful planning, getting everyone on board, and ongoing support to make sure it's successful. And even after you've implemented it, businesses need to be ready to change how they do things and train their employees to use the system well.
That makes sense. It's not just about buying the software, it's about making sure it works well with your business and your team knows how to use it. Now let's shift gears and talk about something that's super important for any business that does business online. Adding a payment gateway to your website.
This is something a lot of people are curious about. Why is it so important for businesses to have a payment gateway on their website, especially if they're selling products or services online?
This is something I've always wondered about. Why is it so important for businesses to have a payment gateway on their website, especially if they're selling products or services online?
Having a payment gateway on your website lets you accept payments right there, making it easy and convenient for customers to check out. You don't have to process payments manually, there are fewer errors, and it can really boost your sales.
So it's like having a cashier who works 24/7, but online.
Exactly. A payment gateway takes care of the whole payment process, so it's easier for customers to buy from you and for you to get paid.
That makes perfect sense. But with all the different payment gateways out there, how do businesses choose the right one for them?
There are a few things to consider when you're picking a payment gateway, like how much they charge per transaction, their security features, the payment methods they accept, how well they connect with other systems and their customer support.
It's kind of like choosing a bank. You want to make sure it's safe, reliable, and has the features you need.
Exactly. Now let's talk about something that's especially relevant for entrepreneurs who are running multiple businesses. How to manage different businesses online.
That's something I'm really interested in. I've always admired people who can successfully run multiple businesses, especially online. What are some key strategies or tools that can help entrepreneurs stay organized and efficient?
The key is to work smarter, not harder. Tools like project management software, social media schedulers, and virtual assistants can really help streamline things and free up your time so you can focus on making important decisions.
So it's all about using technology to automate those everyday tasks and delegate things you don't have to do yourself.
Exactly. By setting up systems and processes that help you work more efficiently, you can manage multiple businesses without getting totally overwhelmed.
That's awesome advice. I'm always looking for ways to improve my workflow and have more time for creative thinking and planning for the future. Now, before we finish this part of our deep dive, I'd like to touch on something that's been getting a lot of attention lately: cryptocurrency.
Ah, yes. Cryptocurrency is a hot topic these days, and we're starting to see how it could impact the business world.
Exactly. I found an article about payment gateways that accept cryptocurrency, and I'm really curious about this trend. Why are businesses thinking about accepting cryptocurrency, and what are the potential benefits and risks?
Accepting cryptocurrency can open your business up to new customers. It can lower transaction fees compared to traditional methods, and it can be a way to protect yourself against changes in currency values. However, it's also important to remember that cryptocurrency can be volatile, and the rules and regulations around it are still being figured out.
So it's like any new technology. There's potential for good things and some risks, too.
Exactly. It's important to do your research, understand the implications, and make decisions that fit your business goals.
That's really good advice. It's all about weighing the pros and cons and choosing the path that's right for your business.
Exactly. And with that, we've covered another set of interesting topics, from strong customer authentication and the psychology of deadlines to the details of project management platforms, the power of ERP, the importance of payment gateways, and even the world of cryptocurrency.
This has been an amazing deep dive. I feel like I've learned so much about the constantly changing world of tech and business software.
Me too. But our journey isn't over yet. In the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore even more interesting topics, including how to use social media effectively in your business strategy and why data analytics is so important for making good decisions. Stay tuned for more insights and inspiration.
I can't wait. But before we move on, I want to remind everyone listening that knowledge is power, and the more we learn, the better we can navigate the complex world of business and achieve our goals.
Absolutely. And remember, the world of tech and business software never stops changing. So stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to embrace the power of technology to transform your business and your life.
I love that. Embrace the power of technology. It's a tool that can help us do amazing things in both our personal and professional lives.
Exactly. And with that, we'll wrap up this part of our deep dive. We're excited to continue the conversation with you in the final part.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you in the next part of the deep dive.